Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you doing? What is this? Wednesday here? Yeah, Wednesday. Wednesday, June 4th, 2025. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Gold to Mine, how are you? Bill, JW, Tammy, Mike, Alan, Fred, Ed, good morning. Joe, Sonny, wow, Chip. The list gets longer. Roger, good morning. Good morning. Rod, Sonny again. Sonny's always the first one here. Hello, Sonny. Let me click that button. There we go. Okay. Hey, I want to remind everybody that this is the last day, and I think that it's just a couple hours. The order field, whatever you call it, will be open, and then it'll be shut down for the 3/8 trap class coming up. So today, I believe it starts at 2:30 Eastern today, right now, June 4th. And I do believe the order form will shut down in a couple hours. So, if you're interested in taking that class, well, hop on it, okay? Hey, good morning, John. How are you? Urina, good morning. Hydro, good morning. Hey, Stefan. Hey, Coach, how you doing? Wow, big crowd today. Good morning, everybody. All right, let's talk about the market here. First, I want to talk about Toast to TOST. I had to close Toast yesterday for a small loss, an acceptable small loss. Bearish engulf. The risk was too high, moving down here. You're down a whatever percent, and then you take a look at the risk here, and there's too much risk to the downside. Now, I still like Toast. I have it on my watch list. I plan to buy Toast back when the time is right, when it gives me another opportunity. On the other side, I did close my Walmart out yesterday, and I'll tell you, every now and then you get it right. Every now and then, okay, you get it right. But I closed it out just within pennies of the top here. Very happy yesterday that I did that. I look at the chart today, and it's still set up, and I still may buy Walmart back, but I protected a few $100, and that is the name of the game for me, anyway. So those went quite well. Let me delete that and move that. There we go. Okay, let's take a look at PLTR. I think there's a lot of us in PLTR. I know a lot of Hit and Run Candlestick members are. I'm currently holding at 33% profitable, and I'm still looking for it to move up closer to that 140 mark. I'm not going to wait exactly for it necessarily. But if we move up closer, I'm certainly going to take my profits on that. So let's do this. Let's take a look at the market. Market remains bullish. We can see this downtrend line here. You see that downtrend line? Well, we've broken out yesterday. There we go. We broke out yesterday, and we're showing positive strength today. That's what we want. We want to stay broken out. A lot of times what you'll see is a breakout and then prices, oh, hell no, and come down. So far that's good. Let's see if it doesn't rally up over the next few days and then give us a little test and then come back over that high. That would be really good for the market. We can look at the Qs here. Qs are doing a really good job moving up. We can look at diamonds. Diamonds are doing a good job. They're moving up. We've got a nice little T-line run going here. Take a look at IWM. Wow. IWM is working. So we're starting to get a lot of things work for the market. That's probably time to get worried, right? When things are looking too good, they're really not. We'll take a look at IYT real quick. IYT, we've got this move up, this flag pulling back. Let's do this. We could have we have a double bottom right there. Whether or not it turns out to be something bullish is yet to be seen. So far, we've got a low, and so far the pre-market candle here is looking pretty good. So maybe we get that breakout, and then what happens is we can look at this chart and say something like that right there. But we're going to need to see that breakout. What's the other one? SMH. SMH is doing fantastic. You can see us rally up, just a nice little pullback, and now we're moving up. Next target for SMH is going to be in the neighborhood of 257.40. Okay, 257.40. So we'll watch what happens there. But so far, looking pretty good. Take a look at T21.23. The chart, the close of yesterday. This is not pre-market, but the close of yesterday. Still quite bullish. VXX is quite bearish, and that is good. When this is moving down and when this is moving up, and you've got the SPY where, let's move this down a little bit. There you go. Where price is above the T-line and T-line is above the trendicator, and the trendicator is nice and green and it's moving up. Well, you've got a lot going for you on the bullish side. It's just a matter of picking out charts or finding charts you like. So let's go take a look at that. I've got a couple of them. Where? What did I do with them? This could be them right here. Take a look at ADNT. For those familiar with a rounded bottom breakout, this is a rounded bottom breakout. Yesterday ended with a bullish engulf after a little pullback, pre-market or inside day. Still looking for that target of the 200 period moving average to be tagged, and that's about 12% away right now. Once that breaks out there, then we'll worry about other targets above. AEHR, that's a hard one for me to say. This is another rounded bottom breakout. For those that know what that is, you can see it clearly right here. The first target that I'm going to look for, the main target, I should say, will be the 200 period moving average. Looks like right in here around 1105, we could see a little, maybe a little, speed bump in there. And then we've got the 50% retracement right here at $12.50. Once we pop above that and find stability, then we can look for something higher. AI, take a look at AI here. Nice pop to the upside. Here we have a pullback. Also take note on, you've got this trend working. So once you get this trend working like that, what we're looking for are stocks that move up and pull back, and they don't have to come back to that trend. I don't trade that way, but I certainly recognize that trend. I trade using the T-line and the trendicator. So here we come back, there's a run. Here we come back right to that trend and right back to the trendicator here. And here we pop up, and then the bulls bring us back, or the bears bring us back, because the bulls are taking profits, not because the bears are stronger. It's the bulls are saying, hey, I just made a bucket of money. I'm taking my bucket home. So what happens, it pulls back until the buyers start stepping in again. Well, that just might be right now. ANPH, that one's gapping up a little bit. So I don't know if we want to chase that. You don't want to chase them. Let them come back to you. So it will pull back, not to worry. Look at APA. That may be a buy right there at the edge of yesterday's candle, the top edge. That may be a buy in there. And then typical rounded bottom breakout targets. Go with the dotted deuce and the 200 period moving average, and then come over and look at price, like right there, fills the gap. So around $20.70 might be a target in there, okay? ARKK, look at these. I got to tell you, right now in this market, I know that a lot of people are worried, concerned. Heck, I'm the first one to say, we're one tweet away from a total gold mine or a total meltdown. I mean, we're just one tweet away. We know that. All right, so get over it. Let's just follow the chart. I over the years, I've met people there, they're afraid to buy this and hold it overnight because they're afraid that it might gap down and they would lose money. Well, a trader that's been trading a few years knows that that's happened to you maybe only once or twice. This is not a normal thing, okay? And the whole, if you wake up every day and you're just fretting over, well, things like this could happen, or oh my God, I can't handle the whole tweet thing, or the shocking news that might come out. Well, that may all be starting to be over now, because it was pretty bad. But now, follow the chart, because all that bad stuff, seasoned traders knows you can count it on one hand. When I say seasoned, I'm talking 20-year traders. That freaky moonshot, you can count them how many times it happened on one hand. It's not like it happens every day. So follow the chart. Charts are easy. And right now, the market is rocking. You heard a lot of people say, quit trading in May, go away. May was one of the best months in a lot of years. And, there's no reason to think that June won't be just as good. And when you see charts like this setting up, man, it tells me that we're having a good time right now. And it's not just one or two, it's a lot of them setting up this way. And then, by the way, I think that's a killer setup. Take a look at CSX. It's moving itself up here. And look what it does. All bullish charts, by the way, all, not just a few, every single one will do this. It'll go up. Let me make that smaller. There we go. They'll go up and they'll pull back. They'll go up, pull back. They'll go up and pull back, go up, pull back. That's what charts do. That's how they breathe. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So you just have to learn the timing of a chart, and then you're ready to rock and roll. Hey, anybody looking at maybe some gold? NEM, I think, is setting back up after this move up. I took my profits on this because I didn't want to live through that pullback. I'm a short-term swing trader. I'm a profit trader. So I take my profits when they're given to me. Now I'm looking at, or was it NEM? I lied to you. It was SLV that I was in, SLV. But they're both set up this way. SLV now may be coming a buy again pretty quick. I'll be watching that. mRNA, look at the mRNA setting up. I think that's looking good. Target, dotted deuce up here. You might look at that high, and then we'll go from there, okay? All right, let's take a look at some charts you guys might have, and thank you very much. JW, Vin, Santana, Julie, good morning. Bill, Tammy, Mike, Alan, I'm not sure if I said good morning to you guys, so I'll say it again. Daryl, good morning. How are you? Frank, good morning. Okay, let's look at Tesla. So, Tesla, I don't think I would own Tesla right now. I want to own Tesla. I want to own TSLL is what I want. I don't think I would own it right now. It's just kind of wandering around. The way I think I would look to trade Tesla is when you get that move like that bullishly, then I would look at Tesla. If you're looking for Tesla bearish, it's real simple. Allow that. So far, that is not a bearish chart. We're having just a pullback and a bullish trend right now. So I think Tesla just needs to be left alone for a moment and let it clean itself out here. Okay. Let it clean itself out. That's okay, JW, no worries. So let me start over here. And again, thank you everybody in the room for logging in so early and listening. Thank you everybody from our social media, Facebook, X, and YouTube for logging in. I appreciate that. CHPT long. That looks pretty good. Yeah. Let's clean off that. Plenty of volume there. Yeah, plenty of volume. That's looking good. Look at that trend. See, that's what you want. Here we have here we have a downtrend, right? And see how the bullish trend starts. the red dots, green dots, we're over the 50 period moving average. This is a rounded bottom breakout right here, right here. That's what I would call a type of a morning star signal. Here we're up. So, man, I think that's a nice chart. Really a nice chart. I think I'll flag that. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Who did that? Hydro did that. Yeah, I think that's a great looking chart. So here we are coming up to that dotted deuce right there. The next big target will be the 200 period moving average. And I would probably put something in here about 93 cents right here for a target as well. So, and a target is just simply where, you know, price might go to. Doesn't mean you have to close it, but you do want to pay attention. If you have a bearish candle at a target, that's not good. Okay, that's too many things lined up because right there is a speed bump for price to get through. Okay. Let's see, REZI. See, this is one of those charts looking great. Here we're up, and then here we start, you know, moving back a little bit. We came all the way down, moving up again. So, you know, however you want to draw on that, we're up and we made a low, high, higher low. We start to see that breakout. I'm seeing some profits here. Where can we go? This is one of these charts that I want to put this on. This is one of my favorite tools right here. We'll just do it from there. Go down like that. And see, we're right at that 50% level right now. That's a strong target and it's strong support. So anything over this 21 area right here, probably here, we'll go with that candle, 21.36. I'm thinking that's a buy, and I think there's great targets above on that. So nice chart. I think I'll flag that one. Thank you. Daryl, thank you. SC Wolf. Everybody loves Wolf. I don't know why. I really don't know. WOLF. Wasn't this the one talking about, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Talking about bankruptcy. Trade at your risk, you know. It's still in a downtrend. If it breaks out here, maybe it's a buy. Oh, don't forget YouTubers. Yeah, thumbs up. Thank you, YouTubers, for being here. You're right, Coach. Thank you. All right, let's see. Mike, you're looking at some Apple. Yeah, I don't know why. You know, I don't know why. I don't know if you're long or short. And I really don't know why you would want to look at Apple right now. I don't see it. Myself, but you know, we all look at different things. So I'm going to look at this downtrend here, and then we'll look at this uptrend. Some traders, they see this coming to a tight point, you know, they get excited, they're going to buy it, anticipating that breakout. Me, I would rather see that breakout. Let me see the breakout, and then we have something to trade with. If you're looking short, well, it is still in a downtrend. PGY, take a look there. Bullish uptrend. Trend will stay a trend until it's no longer a trend. It's real simple. You've got a 3/8 trap right here. That's a buy. So the target would be about 1930 up here. Pretty simple. You know, trading is not hard. What's difficult is making the decision to push the button, and then what to do with it after you push the button. Finding charts like this is a piece of cake. It's not an issue. So it's just a matter of, do you like that there? You know, do you want to buy it trapped between that high and the T line, which that gives us that 3/8 trap, which I think is a perfect entry. That's what Doug is teaching today at 2:30 Eastern, right there. Nice trend working out. Might be a little far from the trend indicator here. And well, that's a pretty good percentage, you know, 14% up there to the top there. So might be a good trade. BLK, that right there is what I would call a nice chart. I love charts that do this. Let's do that. pretty much moves sideways. They get that squeeze in there. They tighten up. They start squeezing. I love that. And then we come from the bottom up. That makes for a very bullish chart. So your choices are to buy somewhere inside this box or wait for that breakout. It's that simple. This is not a difficult chart to look at. So what are we going to do about targets? So that is a possible problem for some people. So let's do this. Targets, really simple. Go where there's peaks and valleys. Go where buyers and sellers have had an argument. See right there? They've had a little argument right here. Right here was an argument. And then, of course, the top. So that makes for some pretty good targets there. Another way to maybe put targets on something like this is we'll take this low, come up to this high, and then come down to this low. And that will give you some fib targets, also quadrant line targets right in there. So be okay. It might be looking really, really good there. C, I like Citi. I think Citi's a buy. This is on my watch list. Citi was a buy yesterday. It was a buy the day before, and it was a buy the day before that, and the day before that, and the day before that, and the day before that. That's not too much of a buy for me personally, but all up here is a buy, and you're just waiting for that, that big move to make you happy on the way up. But right now, yeah, I think Citi is a good buy. Let's see. NRG. That's another one. The only thing about NRG, and yeah, the only thing about NRG is if you look at the weekly chart, it's pretty high. Okay, you're getting into some overbought territory on NRG, so be very careful. That doesn't mean it can't go higher. It can, but I certainly wouldn't let it get out of control. Now, outside of that, I think that's a lovely chart. Absolutely lovely. I mean, up we go, right? Here's your consolidation. This is your consolidation. This is your squeeze. This is your, where everything compresses. And that's what happens in the pop out of the box. And on the pop out of the box, you can buy inside that box based on price action, what you might like in here, like this little morning star. Maybe that was bought, and then you're just patient until it works out. Well, now it's starting to work out. Or, a buyer on the pop out of the box right in there. Nice chart, just maybe a little bit overbought. All right, let me come back down here. See Meta. Meta's a buy, period. I think Meta's a hard buy for me. Now, what I'm trying to do is not buy Meta, but I'm trying to buy, well, here, let's stay here for a minute. So here we've got this breakout right there, breakout from here, pop up, nice little, so far, 2-bar pullback. That's right in buy area. Target-wise, I would probably look at around 683, just simply coming over here to the left and taking some price action where there's been a little bit of an argument between the buyers and sellers. And then I think I'm going to go right here around 706.30 using these candles, and I can see these over here as well. Now, the chart I want to buy, unfortunately, it doesn't have a great deal of open interest. So, but this is the single stock ETF for Meta, FBL. Price-wise, it's priced a little better, more, I like 38 better than 600. So this is one I'm looking at and looking for it to move back up between 46 and 47. And, that puts us in about the 22% area. So it's in my buy box right now. I almost bought it yesterday, and maybe today's going to be my lucky day with it. But FBL looking real good. MCHP, thanks, JW. Breaking out of the 200 period moving average. What a great, rounded bottom breakout, but a bit ridiculous. Probably never would have caught it down here. I'm sure somebody did, but I don't think I would have caught that. Big move up. Look at that dotted deuce. I love the dotted deuce, folks. It's a modified 200 period moving average. And look at that right there. Smack. And then up to the 200. Look at that dotted deuce again. Just thump, landed right on it. And then it started working up. Now we have a breakout. Looking pretty good. Probably watch for a little bit of rest. I think it looks moving higher. There's the 500 period moving average. And I think we better use these candles right there for a target. Looking good. Yeah, I like that one. Let's flag it. Thanks, JW. Much appreciated. Value your picks in the room. Thank you. Hey, good son. QCOM. Let's take a look at some QCOM. Yep, rounded bottom breakout. For QCOM, we might want to do this. I'm just going to put it right there, okay? We might want to do that. Put a downtrend line, and if we break out, what we're going to do is we'll break out of the 500 period moving average, and we'll break out of the dotted deuce. That has been keeping it from going higher, as well as the 500 right there has been keeping it from going higher. So once we do that, I think QCOM could rock and roll. Nice. Hey, Ringer, good morning. AI, yeah, I think we talked about that a little bit earlier this morning. I think it's set up. Looking pretty good here. 50% retracement would be my first big target on that, on AI. Where am I? Good morning, Hawk. Visa. Let's take a look at Visa. Visa's in a trend. A stock in a trend stays in a trend till it's no longer a trend. Things you've got to fight with is, do you want to fight with that top? I mean, that's the big question. You know, do you want to deal with that? Well, if you use the T line as a stop, why not? Limited risk, right? If it breaks out, you're already in it. Now, if you don't want to fight with that, wait till it breaks out. I mean, what are we talking about here? I mean, let's think about this. We've got, you know, we're trying to dissect and analyze Visa to buy here or buy up here, a whopping 1.25% maybe. It's not worth the fight. Either buy it here or buy it there. You know, it's not worth the fight. It's not worth the argument. Visa, a great company, you know it can go higher. So again, a stock in a trend stays in a trend till it's no longer in a trend. Price is above the T line. T line's above the trend indicator. Trend is working. So anyway, I'm bullish. What do we have here? Visa. Yeah, SMCI. So SMCI for just so we're, oh, no, I didn't buy that one. I plan to buy this one. This is one I posted on our social media either last night or this morning. By the way, if you see it on Facebook, please, I need everyone to comment on that because I am trying to decide if Facebook is worth the headache. And if people are seeing the post, then maybe the headache's worth it. But if you're not seeing it, well, I'm going to drop it like a bad habit. Well, no, we generally keep bad habits. Drop it like a hot potato. So anyway, enough nonsense about me. SMCI here, I think that's working out well. I think it's poised for a big move. Right now, I would look right here, 50% retracement. You've also got the 200. I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty light on my screen. 500 period moving averages right there. Once we get through this area, I'm looking for 5160 up here as a target. And right now, I love this SMCI chart. Yeah, I love it. Let's see. What other, where am I here? Let me find myself. RWD. Nice chart. Nice chart, Chuck. Yeah. Look at that. The 50% retracement, I already have it up here. Look how we just nailed it. Well, you know, I think we're going through is what I think. So this is looking good to me. I'm going to flag that. Very nice chart. Next target up would be about that 1890 area. Yeah, that makes sense on price right there. We've got a very nice downtrend. See the red dots, and our uptrend has started. See the green dots. That's a super chart. Thank you, Chuck. Chuck says he doesn't really pay attention to Facebook. Some people do, and we post charts out there. So anyway, let's see here. TTWO. I need to watch the time. Ooh, Lordy, I'm way late. TTWO needs to break out of all this nonsense. If you want to buy it, you go right ahead. But to me, that's a lot of garbage, and we need to break out of that garbage. But yeah, I think there's better charts there. Telray. Why? Telray long. Why? You'd have to tell me why before we could talk about it. It's in a downtrend. So AAL, nice. I like AAL. Jets is another one I like. But AAL is up, and here we're pulling back, starting that move to the upside. Target is going to be about that 13 area. Once you break out of that, then you've got other targets up here as well. That's doing great. Take a look at Jets as well. I think Jets is doing a good job. Google. So Google, that's not Google. Google, I own some GGLL in my larger account, and I want to buy GGLL, and that's a single stock ETF for Google. I want to buy more, and I can buy Google in my large account. In the small account, I want to buy GGLL, but I'm waiting for that bull. I think it's still bullish. I think it goes higher. Timing is important, and I need to see that when the bulls start buying it. So, I need to see that candle on Google. But overall, I know this is kind of an ugly top, but right now I still think Google is on the bullish side. Just timing. I'm watching it pretty close. VOO, bullish there, Santana. Wouldn't you agree? T-line, price above the T-line, right? T-line above the trend indicator. Trend indicator is moving up. Wouldn't you agree that's bullish? Clearly see there's a little bit of a speed bump up there, but price and trend continues to work. PAN. Guys, I'm going to have to really cut this off. PANW is working right there. Above 194.50. I would like that. And then maybe we get up into that target right there. Okay. Let's see. We'll look at one more, and then I have to go. CRWV. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, Coach. Hey, it's up. It's parabolic. Everything that goes up comes down. So if you're trading, you probably know more about that one than I do. I think it's way too high to mess with, but to each his own. Okay. All right, everybody. Take care. Thank you very much for being here. Absolutely appreciate it. I will see you tomorrow at 8:45 Eastern. If we keep getting more to the group and more ticker symbols, I'm going to have to start a little earlier, which is a good thing. So thank you very, very much, everyone. But tomorrow we'll see you at 8:45 Eastern. Okay. AM. Take care. See the room at the bottom of the